Today we're here at the RAI E Conference in Toronto's Financial District, and I'm joined by Cameron Groome, the CEO of Avivagen. Thank you for joining us, Cameron.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So you have a great product, so tell us a little bit about it.
We have a product called OxC-Beta, which is a way of replacing the use of antibiotics in livestock feed. We have a product that is not an antibiotic. It originally comes out of the pigments in fruits and vegetables that can enhance the health of the animal and its immune function, so it actually doesn't need to rely on antibiotics to grow to market weight.
That's great. Now you mentioned that some of these bigger chains, they need antibiotics for their supply chains because the demand is so high. So what about companies like this? Can they also benefit from your more natural product?
As we move through and get permission to sell in different regulatory environments and countries, absolutely. We see very real benefits associated with our product in terms of the reliability of it in enabling producers to raise animals without reliance on antibiotics.
Yeah, and I think it's a great trend because that's what consumers are all seeming to go towards. So what are some great advancements that you've had in terms of your client base?
Well, we recently made our first industrial sale to a large feed producing company in the Philippines called Unaco. They were one of the largest feed companies in that market, and they evaluated our product, looked at all our studies that we've ran their own, and then took the decision that they're going to begin swapping out the antibiotics in favor of our OxC-Beta product. So it's a really great move for everybody, for everyone's health, for consumer preferences, and to preserve the function of the antibiotics that we need to work when we're sick and not use those to prophylactically in livestock.
Absolutely. And so in comparison to antibiotics, is there also a price advantage and a result advantage that these companies will be interested in?
Well, we're pricing it on a par with the regimens that people are used to using. But they, of course, have the health benefit of not being reliant on antibiotics, but then also we're seeing some great results in terms of the growth of the animal and the feed conversion efficiency of livestock feed into animal weight. And part of the reason is it's not carpet bombing all the good bacteria in the animal's gut. We're rebalancing things in a very good way for the animal and enhancing health. And ultimately, we see the product being used in humans as well.
That's really great. Now, you mentioned that China is actually the largest global market in terms of producing feed. And so I read that you actually have a joint venture with China. So tell us a little bit about that.
Exactly. Well, we wanted to, there are some very specific processes to register a product like this in China, and we wanted to benefit from local expertise in moving that process forward. But we also didn't want to be committing a huge amount of a proportion of our shareholders' equity at China. So we struck a joint venture that will permit a partner to arrange for that funding and offer its local expertise. So it should get us into the market more quickly at less risk to us.
That's really exciting. And finally, what would you say to our investors? Why should they invest in Avivagen?
Well, I think we're doing great things in helping clean up a global problem, and it's going to be very beneficial, I hope, as an investment for our shareholders as well.
That's great. Thanks so much for joining us, Cameron.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And for more interviews from the RAI Conference, be sure to visit SmallCapPower.